Halloween typically is not a problem until the day of. It's typically not a problem the day after. So it really is truly a holiday, not a holiday week, definitely not a holiday month. So I would just say, I think it's interesting though. Tiffany's running her business, which is a completely different type of organization, right? Different type of business. Is it better over here?
Yeah.
It's a completely different type of business, but I just find it fascinating that she's got a ton of business appointments today, ton tomorrow. She's got a full day Wednesday, and then people are trying to book, Halloween. She actually had to block it out and tell people she's not available. So you can work whenever you want to work. I mean, people, and you think about what she does is fairly disruptive to a household in a lot of cases. But people are open. You just have to create value and create a sense of urgency. One of the things that we're going to continue to work on in our team is how do we create a higher perception of value with what we bring to people. I've said it before, but gosh, I should probably even stop saying that. Like, I've said it before. Because everything I've said before, I mean, really. Cost is only questioned in the absence of value. And so in terms of recruiting and closing, one of the things we're going to continue to work on is what can you do to increase the perception of value in terms of recruiting and closing. And I think that'll be instrumental to us being able to develop bigger as we go forward. I'm excited about what we have going on right now because I kind of feel like we've seen an increase in commitment and excitement, sort of urgency in our base shop. And I really feel like if we do some of the right things between now and the end of the year, we could really have a great 2020. And so I just want to see that continue to move in the right direction. I also would like us to start to work on some plans and some goals that we have for 2020. One of the things that I thought might be a good idea, and I just thought about this over the weekend, how many of you guys would be in favor of some type of group Series 65 cram course?
Oh, yeah.
You guys would be interested in that?
Tired of violin.
So I thought it'd be cool if...
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay. So I thought it'd be cool if we kind of grab a group of us together and maybe once a week or even twice a week for a period of time, maybe the hour before the BPM or the hour after or something like that on weekdays and Saturdays, we work on some collective focus for that, as far as we're concerned. That'd be good if we pulled together. Even if you're not planning on doing your 65 in the near future, it's still good information to start to brush up on that stuff and kind of get ready. And a lot of the Series 65 stuff, certainly all of the 6 and 63 stuff wraps into the 65 to some degree. So, so that's part of the thought process. We also need to put more attention into getting new people into the Life Cram course and promoting that. So we just need to step up recruiting, licensing, net recruiting, and so I want to do anything that we can to drive that process. As far as this week, though, I think the main focus needs to be getting guests out. So, Don, what's your goal for getting guests out this week?
I have one confirmed already, but I'd like to get at least 3 as a team.
Okay. Jace?
2.
Okay, awesome. Chris Olson?
I can't
Guest goal for this week, Chris?
Sorry, I was unmuted, didn't realize. Yeah, my goal is to get 1 guest out, so I have to invite 4.
Okay. Brent? Is Brent on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking to get 1, and as Chris said, gotta get 4 invited, so 1 guest this week.
Okay. Anyone else on, or is that it?
That's it. It was my.
Okay. I think, John Yarrington's still out of town. He left
Oh, yeah.
somewhere far, far away. I can't remember where, but he went.
Ireland.
Oh, yeah, Ireland.
Ireland.
I was going to say back east. That's way east.
Over the puddle east.
That's over the puddle east. So, yeah, great stuff. And like I said, I'm just, I keep pushing buttons on this. I'm excited about, so we may have or not
as
have
long as you
people.
don't push the bottom button.
We may have or not have people on here. Who knows?
The light's still on?
What?
The light's still on? The blue one? Yeah, you're still connected.
Okay. Pushing stuff.
That's just the volume button, but I can have it on my phone.
All right. I'll push volume up. All right. And then let's focus a little bit on just for the next few minutes. What is your goal for November? So let's get some goals from everybody. Kind of get some clarity on that. Do you have the goal sheet up, Don? Or who has
we
that?
need to make a new one for
Yeah.
November.
Yeah. So Jace, what's your goals for November?
So I haven't put the points together yet, but 3 families and 1 recruit.
So what's your best guess? 6,000
So
plus?
yeah, we'll go with the 6,000 because I know we'll be. Yeah. We'll
Should
do
be
6.
higher?
Yeah. Like with the 40-60 now, but we'll go with 6.
Okay.
We'll go with 6.
So 6,000 personal points. How many personal recruits?
1.
1. Chris Olson, what are your goals for the month of November? You are still on mute, just so you know. And still on mute.
You said 3? You said how many recruit?
Chris, we can't hear you. Brent, can you hear me?
No, it's good you hung up.
Welcome. This service is provided by...
I shouldn't be allowed to hold this. I can't be
I just
trusted.
tapped the wrong number too. Oh my goodness.
Are they saying we
You
lost you?
entered.
Stop.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. You entered. There are 2 participants in the conference.
There we go.
Please announce yourself.
Hola. I don't know how much of a recess we had, but Chris, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. So we've been,
A few minutes.
we were talking about goals for the month of November. Jace gave his 6,000 points, 1 recruit. Don, what's yours?
2 and 4.
Uh,
2 families, 4,000.
okay, so Don's goal is 4,000 points, and how many recruits? 2?
2 recruits and 2.
Chris Olson, what's your goals for the month?
10,000 points, 1 recruit.
Awesome.
How many families?
How many families are you going to help to get the 10,000?
3.
3. And then Brent, what are your goals?
6,000 points, 1 recruit, 2 families.
Awesome. All right, so we'll post some new goals for the month in November on Slack. See where we end up.
I'll try to talk to everybody else.
We've got some new exciting things to be energized about. You know, Tim was out at what's Tim's last name? Cook. Yeah, Tim Cook was out at our super event, and I kind of feel like talking. So that'll be nice. Of course, Dylan has some great things going on. Demetrius has quite a lot going on. He's a newish recruit up here in Clearfield. I know I talked to Kevin, and he's excited. I mean, just across the board, everybody's feeling good about things. So I just feel like we have a lot of potential, and I think we could have a pretty solid November, but I really see it as kind of a ramp up to getting 2020 dialed in. So let's just focus as much as we can on that, and getting guests out for this week. You know, that could change things a ton, just getting guests out. We had a great quarterly dinner, I felt like, on
It was the best one we've ever had.
best one we've ever had, Don says. And that was Saturday night after the event. So we had Don was there and his wife, and we had Jace there and his wife. We had Ken there and Terry. We haven't seen her in a while,
Almost 2 years.
probably a year or two. Who else was there? Me and Tiffany. And then we had Dave. I invited Dave Cottom to come for all the stuff he's ever done. And we went to eat at Epic. I don't know if anyone's been there before. Not the brewery, we found out, but the restaurant up in Union Park, Union Station, whatever they call there, Fort Union area. But man, it was fantastic. Great food, great dessert. We had a fun time together. But hopefully, you know, and I'll just plug it again, but it's very realistic to earn that quarterly dinner every quarter. You just got to be getting guests out and hitting some goals here and there. I pushed another button, but it's
Explain what other ball.
yeah, it's the ballsy.
You're still on.
So, anyway, it's good to see everyone. I'm actually, you know, unless I go way downhill, but I'm planning on being there tomorrow night in South Jordan, here Wednesday. I've actually blocked out my day to just chill because I'm feeling rough. But yeah, last night wasn't any good. Or yesterday afternoon, I was like, if I go downhill any further, I'm gonna have to go to the ER. So that's never a good thought. But you know, but don't feel quite as bad at the moment. But I'm gonna rest most of the day, and then hopefully start to feel better, you know, later on. But yeah, let's just keep plugging away. Let's get these guests, and then when you guys get a guest confirmed or guest invited, put it on Slack, and let's try to energize through what everyone's doing as a group. So thanks for being on the call. We'll hear from Don next week and go back through the rotation. So, and then each week let's make sure we announce who's on for next week. Who do we have this Saturday?
Saturday, we have, wait for it. It's gonna be the 26th, oh wait, that was last month. So the November 2nd is John.
Okay, this Saturday.
Yep. Seeing him back.
I don't know if he's gonna be back or not, so.
He was only going there for 10 days, so it depends on when he left.
Okay.
What's the topic?
The startup.
If it's, yeah, if John's not here this Saturday, I'll just step in
Okay.
Step 5.
and we'll cover the startup, but let's have everyone up here, as many as we can, up in Clearfield. All right,
Sweet.
okay, thanks everybody.